All right, so you've been assigned the executor of a pretty large estate based on the will. You just got notified, or maybe you've already known pretty much well, and that you would be assigned the executor, and you have a copy of the certified will, or however you're notified. You've just found out that this is your responsibility now, and if you decide to move forward with this, then you should know what the steps are ahead, because the probate process can be lengthy and can be costly. Hey, folks, what's going on? This is Courtney Rollins, the Life and Transitions Experts podcast host and the Durham County, North Carolina probate expert. And I say expert because expertise is a process. It is not a destination, as a good friend Bill Gross would share and say, because this is not something where I'm claiming I know every single thing about the probate process in Durham, North Carolina, but I am dedicated, committed to continue to grow, continue to learn. And the things that I learn, I apply to families and to personal representative situations so that can help them streamline the situation and avoid some of the costly mistakes and the timely mistakes, especially in a time of life where you're dealing with some very challenging things, as the loss of possibly a loved one. So I visit the courthouse at least twice a week, mainly so I can just stay in touch with the clerks and the assistant clerks and the deputy clerks there. And it's also a great way to really generate business by letting it be known what I do. And since these folks are absolutely the ones who are in contact with personal representatives, even though they don't, offer legal advice or referrals necessarily, they have been very awesome and gracious to direct many families into in my direction, because they know I'm there to help, and they know that I have good intentions for the actual representative. Matter of fact, or for the personal representatives and the estate. As a matter of fact, you go check out some of the interviews that I've held with the assistant clerks and folks in there to get their view on what probate looks like from their side of the desk. So in Durham County, North Carolina, as opposed to some other jurisdictions, the probate process takes place in the probate office. So the deputy clerks are in their office, and it's not a courtroom where the judge presides. They have been given the authority to administer probate. If you're listening to this and you're trying to figure out what probate is, which I'm sure you do know at this time, but just a reminder, it is when someone has an estate and they don't have the legal instruments to transfer assets or to take care of some of the debts or claims that may exist after they passed away. Probate is the legal remedy or the legal authority given to someone to take those steps and do that. So we're talking specifically today about if a person in Durham, North Carolina has a will and their estate is considered large. In other words, it's over 30,000 total assets that are in there. All right, so let's take a deeper look at what that looks like. All right, so when you visit the courthouse, make sure that there's some street parking along Mangum Road and what's the name of it? DDD. It begins with a D. Oh, I'm losing it now. Go there. Darnell Road. Dalton Road, Dillard Street. Yes, excuse me, Dillard Street in Mangum. There is some street parking, but you'll probably want to park in the actual parking deck, which is about $2 an hour, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it is probably best for you to do that because you'll be there over an hour. And even though I park on the street quite often, I haven't had any issues. Just know that you might be there for about an hour, so you want to plan ahead. Well, actually, I should back up, because initially, once the person has passed away, and you will still need to call or to set up an actual appointment with the clerk's office. And the clerk's office is pretty busy. There are a lot of probate cases and a heavy workload. So your appointment, don't be surprised if it's not, a couple of weeks or even a month or even 6 weeks out from the time that you initially contacted them. This is, again, part of some of the challenges with probate and how long it takes, but they're doing their best. They're awesome people down there, so sweet, so kind, and you'll be in good hands when it comes to pointing in the right direction. Now, during the appointment, as part of the application, you will be asked to provide information such as the certified will and other information if you have the death certificate and things of that nature. Some of the things may not be available, and you still should be able to open, but you will need to have a list of known heirs, all the people that are associated or connected to as heirs to the descendant. You also need a preliminary list of all known assets for the descendant and a valid contact information for yourself. Now, again, a lot of this stuff can be adjusted as it's discovered during the process, but this allows them to at least open probate. Then you'll be put under oath, and it's nothing intense, but they'll just read your obligations as the executor and make sure that that you have this fiduciary responsibility, that you understand the heavy responsibility that you have as the executor. After that, then you will be issued, and all these papers and paperwork that you receive are certified, signed, and you'll receive certified copies of as well. But the orders of letters will be next after the oath. And orders of letters is really are letters and statements that state you are the the executor in this situation, and that you have the right, the legal authority to deal with the accounts, the affairs of the descendant, which again is great when you go into banks, insurance, and other institutions and other places, and you have to show that you have legal authority. You'll be given 5 copies. You probably won't need more than that. But if you do need more than that, then you can always just request more. And yeah, so right there. And then, because this is specific for a large estate that has a will, you will be granted a certificate of probate of the will, so that it's shown that the will has been probated, it's in the process. And now you have completed the first step. You will be asked to give $120. They do not take personal checks, but they do take cashier's checks, and they do take cash. And you will receive a receipt. Make sure you keep copies of every receipt, every expense that you pay or that the estate pays, because you will need that during the accounting phase. Now, again, if you need support to streamline the process or to understand the process further, I recommend you reach out to an estate professional such as Estate Pro Service, LLC, 919-341-1992. You can also contact us via the website, www.estateproservice.com, or reach at me at Courtney at estateproservice.com. All right, folks. Well, I hope this has been helpful for you in Durham County, North Carolina. Even if you're not in Durham County, Durham, North Carolina, at least you may understand somewhat what the process will look like. But make sure it's specific, that you do think about or find out what it is specific to your jurisdiction. And as I must say, though, again, please note that this is not legal advice that I'm giving. This is me sharing my thoughts and my opinions as a person who is dedicated to learning and to providing a service when it comes to probate, and helping folks out, particularly helping folks avoid probate, because this is not a fun situation usually for anyone to go through. All right, so would love for you to hit that like, hit that subscribe, whatever platform you're looking at this, as well as go check out our Life and Transitions Experts Facebook community group. Join there, giving out awesome resources and attempting to grow this out so that it's helping professionals grow their business, so they can help folks like you and like me through our life's biggest transitions. We let our light shine. Get it? Life and Transitions Experts. Light. Yeah, there it is. Acronyms in the place. All right, this is Courtney Rollins, wishing you the best. And as I always say, rising tides, it lifts all sails. Take care.